my name is Maggie Kipley, and today I'll be talking about Southwest Flight 1380. On April 17, 2018, Southwest Flight 1380 took off from New York and was headed to Dallas. Mid-flight, there was a malfunction of the wing engine and a blade was dislodged and ended up hitting the window of the plane. After that happened, the window cracked and there was depressurization of the cabin. One of the passengers was sucked halfway out of the window and up to her torso, and then other passengers on the plane were able to pull her back in. She did suffer severe injuries and later on passed away. There were other injuries of the passengers from the incident, however, there was only one death. There was crisis communication by both Southwest Airlines and CFM International. Southwest used mortification and compensation. They ended up giving each passenger of the plane a $5,000 check to help with immediate financial issues and a $1,000 check for travel in the future with Southwest. CFM utilized good intentions and corrective actions. They looked into their policies on how their engines are made and manufactured, what is done in the field, and how often they are inspected by engineers or maintenance people. They also were looking at upgrading the sophistication of the technology used to check these engines out. So there's three stages of crisis communication. There's a pre-crisis stage, the crisis, and the post-crisis stage. In the pre-crisis stage is where you make your policies and procedures on how you will respond to a crisis. The crisis stage is when a crisis actually occurs. So in this case, it was when the plane had the incident happen. Post-crisis stage is when you need to rebuild your name and try to move on from this event and have your customers continue to utilize your service or product. The results of the crisis communication were positive for both companies, Southwest and CFM International. The Southwest did also have the CEO of their company release a video within hours of the incident happening, which helped them to recover their name because he apologized and said that nothing was they weren't trying to have an incident like this happen. He apologized and gave his condolences to all the passengers. There was a financial hit to both CFM International and Southwest Airlines. However, within a few months to about 6 months, there was a rebound from that, and their customers continued to utilize their goods and services. CFM International is the largest company for manufacturing jet engines. They're used civilian and military worldwide, and they are the most commonly used engine company. So I am currently deployed, and so we use crisis communication on a daily basis. We have drills monthly that we go through to try to prevent anything from happening and to also know how to respond to them. So that they're drills that we do for mass casualties, which because I work in a hospital, that's why we do those. We also have drills in case something happens to another soldier here, that we need to be able to respond to this and move forward and know how to respond correctly. That's a big thing. We go through all these things in order to be able to have it all be second nature when a time does come that we need to utilize it. There were many lessons learned as far as the planning as to if something does happen. You always have to have plans and procedures in place because when something does happen, people get nervous and scared and they need to be able to fall back onto what they already know. That's happened with us a lot in the military, and that's why we have so many drills. The amount of time that it takes you to respond to the crisis is very big, with having your name of your company or business be saved and have customers be able to trust you again. Being prepared and being able to admit that you had made a mistake is also very helpful to maintain a positive name for your company, and responding quickly also. So in conclusion, there was one passenger that was killed on Flight 1380, on Southwest Flight 1380 from New York to Dallas. There's crisis communication used by both Southwest Airlines and CFM International, and they both were hit financially after the incident occurred. The crisis communication can be utilized in any workplace. Mine was with the military that I'm in right now, deployed. And it is important to be prepared, admit you made a mistake, and respond quickly once an incident does occur. Here's my resources, and thank you for listening.